Hi there, how are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. My name is John.
James.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, John. So, I'm looking at a truck. I'm actually between two. I'm going to let you know I'm actually considering the Dodge.
Okay.
And some friends have told me to look at a GM. Not really sure.
Okay, well, let me show you the brand new 14 Silverado.
Alright.
So, where I always like to start showing this vehicle is always in the front. What do you think of the front?
It looks good. I mean, it's still got the dual white thing. That's nice. I think there's a lot less chrome, which is also good.
Yeah. So, one of the things I always get my customers to do is pop the hood. So, why don't you go ahead and do that for me?
Oh, okay.
What'd you notice there?
Blew up. Is that good?
It's a good thing. One of the nice things about our new vehicles, they actually use full aluminum hoods.
Okay.
So obviously it helps reduce weight, better for our fuel economy, and still strong, right? For that strength. Some of the other things you'll also notice, and this is an industry first, we have front sensors.
Okay.
So how many times do you park your vehicle and you always have to reverse your truck?
Yeah.
Or in your case, a Jeep.
Yeah.
Right? What's nice about this is now you can actually park, have your wife scratch the front bumper, right?
Oh, she won't actually drive it.
Oh, really? That's a good thing. But it's nice you can actually see how close you're getting there.
Okay.
Okay, so this is our brand new 5.3 liter engine. I'm not sure if you know anything about this.
Sort of. Is it like the old 5?
It's similar, but all redesigned.
Okay.
So the nice thing about it's called an EcoTech 3 engine.
Okay.
Nice thing about it, the 3.
Okay.
Right, it's got active fuel management. Right. It's got direct injection.
Okay.
And what's the last thing? Variable valve timing.
Okay.
Okay. So all those 3 things incorporate to get us better fuel economy, even better than the last year.
Okay.
And what's even better than that is we actually increased power and torque, and still got better fuel economy.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty neat?
What's the gains there?
In terms of
Power.
355 horse
Okay.
and about 380 foot-pounds of torque. So definitely in terms of towing, we definitely have that. But you know what's really nice is the pedal feel, a lot of power.
Okay.
Okay. Now a couple of things that separate us from the rest is we have a whole bunch of long life fluids.
Okay.
So the engine oil we use is the Daxus engine oil. So what's nice about that is it's semi-synthetic blend. Okay. And what's good about that is in terms of your oil changes, we can actually prolong your oil changes in terms of not having to change it every 5,000 kilometers. Just go based off the oil life monitoring system.
Okay.
So when that thing reaches around 12%, you're going to bring it in for service.
Okay.
So it's one of the best things to save you money.
What's that orange cap there?
This orange cap, this is actually your block heater.
Okay.
And what is nice about it is actually it's thermostatic.
Okay.
So I mean, minus 18 and warmer actually won't work. Our engines don't require it.
Nice.
Minus 18 or colder, it automatically turn on.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really good.
very, very neat. And then some of the cool things I have to come over here and take a look at.
Sure.
I remember I was talking about detail in the front. Even something as small as this. If you come over here and take a look, your washer fluid is nice and close to the front.
Right.
So you're not going to have to get all dirty when you have to go reach and put new fluid in.
Okay.
But the nice thing is, look at the detail. Even something as simple as this doesn't touch.
Okay.
As close as that is. Isn't it incredible?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, all that detail. All right, so come around to the side here. I'll show you the rest. Okay, so now we're at the side of the vehicle. Show you a couple things that are a little bit different. So 2013 models, we had our extended cab suicide door.
Right.
So for 2014, we actually have our new double cab.
Okay.
So
this looks a bit familiar.
yeah, it is a little familiar. You know what's nice about it is the fact that you don't have to open this door to access the rear cab.
Yeah.
So in terms of convenience, it's definitely nice to have.
Okay.
So open this guy up here. Why don't you go ahead and jump in there, James? Have a seat.
That's a lot of space for this.
Yeah.
Double cab. That's pretty good.
You know what's nice too is one thing you notice. You notice how your legs are elevated there?
Okay.
The best thing about having your legs elevated, it promotes better circulation. So actually, for sitting there for longer periods of time, even though you do have the space, you can actually sit there for longer.
Nice.
So you're not going to be cramped and wanting to get out early, right?
Yeah, no, it's good. Headroom and legroom. It's surprising. Cool.
Oh, and one also really neat thing about this back here, it's very easy to operate the rear seat.
Okay.
So if you need storage, just lift that up.
Okay.
You got a nice flat floor space there.
Yeah,
So you can put your groceries, anything that you don't want to get wet, shopping, whatever.
Right.
All fits in there. Easy to put down. Also, one of the nice things about this vehicle, it's all the little, remember I was talking about quality in the front?
Okay.
You'll even notice things like this. Put your hand right in there.
Oh,
What do you notice there?
yeah, it's like a rubber wall or something.
Yeah, it's actually a seal. It's a seal that's actually between the actual cab and the box.
Okay.
So to kind of reduce that kind of sound going into the cabin,
Nice.
it's right there.
Oh, because the air is going.
Okay. Correct. Yeah. And even small things like this.
Like a forward mud flap.
Not a mud flap, it's actually a spoiler actually.
Okay.
It's meant to actually increase fuel economy. So we do small little things there, even though we increase power, and that's how we're getting that fuel economy back.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in terms of talking about quality, there's not many vehicles out there, trucks even, that even have this lining in here. Go ahead and feel that.
Yeah. What is that?
So it's actually a sound dampening lining. So normally when you're driving a truck through gravel or dirt roads, you're gonna have a lot of rocks kicking up, and you're getting that kind of clicky rock sound feeling. So we're trying to keep this cabin luxury as possible. So in terms of reducing noise, we actually put liners in all the vehicles. So that's actually standard equipment.
That's a step up.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one thing nice about this is also it says 781 suspension.
Okay.
So you'll notice the rear suspension there. It's got the joist bouncers,
It's red.
as well as it's got the Rancho shocks there.
Nice.
So it actually is set up for a little bit off-road. It's got skid plates as well. And then one really cool thing about our trucks, four-wheel disc brakes. Right? We used to have drums in the rear.
Yeah.
So we got actually four-wheel disc brakes, and they're Duralife rotors. So in terms of longevity, they actually last a little longer and actually don't promote any rust.
Okay.
So if your truck is standing there for a little longer, it's not going to have that issue.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, shouldn't be much problem there.
Come on around to the rear.
Sweet.
Now, one thing that's really neat about this, you'll notice right away, different from the 13, is the actual the caps, box caps.
Yeah.
You like the fit?
Are these standard or?
That's standard.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about fit and finish, right? Last year we'd had no caps. These are actually an additional accessory.
Right.
This year included, no extra charge.
Okay.
And
this was a big thing.
yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with our bumpers now, we do have that additional step there. It's included. Obviously, making getting into the truck a lot easier.
Right.
And then remember how I made you open the hood?
Okay.
I want you to drop that tailgate for me.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty neat, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't bang anymore.
Yeah. 30% lighter. There's actually a torsion bar in there. Makes it easy to lift as well as drop down.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. That's nice. I still want to catch it.
Going to our box, you'll notice that it's one-piece stamping.
Okay.
So in terms of strength, it's definitely there. But also in terms of no dirt, rocks getting in between the box, and having the actual quality like that, it's going to be a lot better.
Okay.
Now, one little thing we also like to tell people with their trucks, and it's going to be slightly different with most, is the fact that you can actually use this tailgate in a couple different ways. So if you don't have your tie downs with you, you can actually use the wires here on both sides.
Okay.
So essentially what having that is actually just as strong as having the tailgate down.
Huh.
So you have something larger that you can be throwing in here. You don't necessarily need the tie downs.
How easy is it to take off?
Very, very simple. Same idea. It's this little lock.
Okay.
It just slides off.
Nice.
Very simple.
Sorry, yeah. Oop. Alright.
Perfect. So on the rear, you'll notice things like the rear camera.
Okay.
It's positioned right over the actual receiver.
Nice.
So in terms of hooking up, not going to be an issue there.
Yeah, that's actually, I should ask you. I got about a 7,000 pound trailer.
Yeah.
Probably gonna tow it.
No issue with this one. We have actually 9,800 pounds towing out of the rear receiver.
I see the pin. Nice. Okay.
So we got a 7-pin and the 4-pin.
Nice.
Right.
Very good.
No adapters required. And also one of the nice things too, we also have the rear park sensors. You notice that as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Here, what do you notice here?
Rail cap.
Exactly. Our
Standard, or?
It is standard, yeah. 2013 trucks didn't have them. They were actually an accessory.
Right.
It's actually standard equipment now. But what I love about it, we talk about fit and finish.
Yeah.
It just really finishes off the truck, gives it a kind of really nice look, right? And what else do you notice on the bumper there?
Yeah, the step's back.
A step, right?
That
Exactly.
was an avalanche thing, I think.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a taller person, but it does help getting in and out of the vehicle, right? Especially into the box.
Right.
Right, and then we talked about the front sensors.
Right.
We also have rear sensors as well, right? So when you're backing her up, in the event that you do, to park, you're not going to hit anything, right?
Okay.
So one of the nicer things there. In terms of trailering, a couple of things that they changed around is where the connections are.
Okay.
Right, so you got a 7-pin, you got a 4-pin connector right there.
Nice.
No need for adapters.
Yeah.
It's all ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, trailer ready.
Good. That's really good.
And then
What's capacity on this? Because I got about a 7,200.
not going to be an issue. 9,800 pounds.
Okay.
Right, it's going to be enough for that for sure.
Nice.
One thing that we do have exclusive though is our locking rear. Not sure if you know how that works.
Locking rear
Differential.
Okay.
Right. What's nice about that is in the event that, you know, we're talking about fuel economy here.
Right.
And the active fuel.
Right.
It works really good on two-wheel drive.
Okay.
Personally, I think you'll drive this truck 90% of the time in two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Right. So what's nice about that is the fact that if you ever have a slip, it automatically sends a pin down to lock the rear, and you have full power to the rear wheels.
Nice.
So in terms of traction, it's got probably the best traction in all the trucks.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Now it does have a rear camera as well.
Okay.
The way it's positioned, I do love it. It's right above the receiver.
Yeah.
So in terms of when you're backing up, you don't need a friend to help you out. You can actually do this by yourself.
Right.
A little difficult at first, but you do get used to it.
Okay.
Okay. You notice how I actually made you open the hood earlier?
Right.
Okay. I want you to drop the tailgate for me.
To catch it. Okay.
Pretty nice, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There's actually a torsion bar in there. Actually reduces weight by 30%. So in terms of, you know, exactly using the actual truck, everyday use, it's kind of nice not having it slammed down on you.
Yeah. Well, it's actually hard to get out of the habit of trying to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start to notice a reoccurring word that I keep using is fit and finish. That always goes right to our box too. You'll notice rolled form steel.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Great, it's rugged, makes it more stronger.
Yeah.
As well as keeps it nice and clean there as well. Not going to have things coming, you know, dirt and rocks getting in between the box and the steel there. So very, very nice. And one really neat thing about the actual tailgates is you can actually use these cables here.
Okay.
So you notice how strong this is just by itself?
Right.
Right. If you actually go ahead and put the cables on, just let it drop. Just another way you can actually use cargo without having to use you know, cable ties, something like that. So
Yeah.
have longer items, you can still put them in.
Nice.
Very, very useful.
Nice.
Perfect. So very, very nice. So come on around to the front here.
Okay.
I'll show you the driver's side.
Yeah. Power slider?
Yeah. Power slider. So this is also really neat too, is in 2013 you had no defogger,
Yeah.
defogger,
Okay.
rear slider.
Okay.
You can never have them together.
Okay.
But people ask for it, and there it is.
Nice.
First time ever, you have a rear slider with a defogger. Kind of takes care of both little problems there.
Finishes it off.
Very, very nice. So come on here.
Okay.
Once you can jump in. So this is actually an industry first for us as well. One of the cool things about this, most truck drivers love the tilting steering wheel.
Yeah.
It's always popping in and out.
Yeah.
But you know what's nice is actually we involved this new one that's telescopic.
Okay.
So what's nice about that, you can still have it brought out how far and how close you want it, but it's completely separate from the tilt.
Yeah.
Isn't that smart?
Yeah, that's good.
A couple other things too I always like to touch on this is the trailer brake. Do you notice where it's located this year?
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah, exactly. Most times you have to get an aftermarket one. It's hitting your kneecap, or even last year in our vehicles it was nice and low.
Yeah.
So the issue with that is obviously when you're driving, you're going to be, you know, trying to look and trying to see what you're doing.
Right.
It's up close, very easy to see now.
What's this auto?
Yeah. So one of the nice things too is transfer case, automatic transfer case.
Right.
So you'll notice the fact that all of our buttons actually have a rubberized material.
Okay.
So in terms of actually getting in our trucks, we do have cold weather. So what's nice about that is actually you can keep your gloves on and still operate the entire truck.
Right.
It's pretty neat, eh? But the auto track system, like I said, very neat. You can actually switch from two-wheel auto to four-high on the fly.
Okay.
Putting in auto, it automatically takes the guesswork out of it.
Okay.
So wherever you lose traction, it'll automatically find traction for it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a couple other things too. You'll notice on the steering wheel, also rubberized buttons.
Yeah.
Very easy to touch. Look at that, heated steering wheel.
Yeah. Right. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Nice.
People like that, as well as Bluetooth, things like that are all standard.
Okay.
And you know, once we fire this thing up on the test drive, you'll notice these controls here. You control that little screen. It's full color. Everything's very easy, very visible. And one of the cool things, they brought it back, and I think it's a big thing. Go ahead and push that button right there. Sunglass holder,
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no more little ugly clips and all stuff like that. It's very inconvenient. So nice thing about GM, you know, people ask for it, they listen, they brought it back.
Okay,
So what do you think of the new radio features there in the new interior?
I think it's pretty sweet. I wasn't expecting it to be like this. So, question is, brown doesn't really work for me. Do you have like a black or?
Oh yeah, I got tons.
Okay.
You want to go for a ride?
Yeah, man. I need to see what this feels like.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so going over the outside of the vehicle, you notice how the fit and finish I was mentioning is quite nice in the new vehicle. So a lot of that stuff's actually continued right on the interior of the vehicle as well. So you'll notice things like the stitching that runs along the actual dash and along the door panels.
Yeah.
It's quite nice, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And a couple of things like we're talking about the rubber buttons that were on the outside.
Right.
We were playing with the trailer brake, stuff like that. It's all continued onto the inside as well. So like I said, fully functional interior with gloves on. One of the nice things, we do live in Canada, right? So it does get cold.
Right.
Also, one of the things that I always appreciate, and I think you'll appreciate as well, is how the interior is managed. All the radio functions are right here, the climate's right there, and then all the other options that are with this vehicle are right there.
Okay.
So a couple of cool little things though I always touch on is, and this is an industry first, is the active seat. So the seat you're sitting on actually vibrates.
Okay.
Left, middle, and on the right. So there's actually a camera mounted right here on the windshield.
Right.
And what's nice is if you're actually you're driving and you seem to say sleep or falling asleep.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Been there.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't actually signal, and you're leaving a lane. It actually will buzz the seat, whichever left or right, whichever way you're going, and kind of wake you up.
Okay.
It's pretty neat, eh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You'll notice that on the test drive. I always make it a point to let you know that in advance, so that when we're driving, it's not going to be something that freaks you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things too is park sensors right there, right? You can actually turn them off because obviously with trailering that you will be doing, if you know you're getting close, it get kind of annoying with the beeping.
Right.
You can actually turn it off there.
Okay.
This little button here, this is actually really neat too. Industry first, LED box lighting.
Okay.
So this model does include that. So all you do is click the button. You look behind us, it does have actual little lights along the bed there.
Okay, on the
brighten
rail.
things up. Yeah, very neat. Yeah. And then go ahead and open those up for me right there.
Okay, so 3 USBs, some cigarette ports, and the power. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
really nice.
So very unique. This is one thing that we've always been ridiculed for is in terms of technology.
Right.
I definitely think we've solved that issue there.
Okay.
We've got a lot of tech in this vehicle. So we have obviously the USBs and the power supplies, but wait, there's more.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna open this up here.
Okay.
This center console is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You found
Two
them already.
more.
Two more USBs, an SD card, auxiliary,
Nice.
and actually another power supply.
Okay.
A lot of the ingenious things that they've done, a lot of people that buy trucks, they have a lot of stuff to put in here.
Yeah.
But in terms of actually keeping things managed and organized, you'll notice these two little rails right here. They're actually designed for file folders.
Okay, nice.
Right, so what's really sweet about that is keep your stuff organized. Don't have all these random papers running around. It's very nice. And you'll notice these two little openings here, these little tracks.
Right.
That's actually meant for your cable management.
Okay.
So with all the tech, we don't want all these wires hanging everywhere.
Right.
So what's nice about this just runs along the outside here, along the inside here, and then all you see is kind of the tail end of the cable.
I'm guessing this pops out, or
Yep.
am I crazy?
Just like that.
Nice. Hiding spot.
Another hiding spot there, and actually you can move the couple to the front as well.
Okay.
Okay. While this is out, you'll notice a little kind of rubber lining here.
Okay.
So you run your cables through there, have a little tail sticking out, and then you can actually have an iPad or even an iPod sitting there.
Okay.
Which is really sweet because, having a vehicle with this much tech, it's kind of nice to have all your gadgets and your toys with you.
Yeah.
And actually usable, right?
Yeah, that's smart.
Other things to touch on, I always like to say on the interior is the dual glove box.
Right.
This is sweet. A lot of storage, right? Storage here, and you got storage here. And it's actually quite usable as well. And then coming up to the top here, your mirror. We do have OnStar.
Right.
Right, that is complimentary for 6 months.
Okay.
Do you know anything about OnStar at all?
Yeah, it's crash stuff.
Yeah, it's there for your safety, right? In the event that you're in an accident, OnStar will automatically come on, see if you're doing okay.
Right.
If you're obviously in a situation that you can't respond, they'll automatically send emergency vehicles to you.
Okay.
As well as they actually do have navigation built in as well.
Okay.
So if you're, let's say in Montana, for example, and you're like, where's the closest McDonald's?
Right.
You don't actually have to find it on a map or on your phone. You can actually just call OnStar and they'll find it for you.
Nice.
It's pretty neat, eh?
Well, I have 2 questions.
Sure.
What's this pause thing?
The pause?
Yeah.
That's for your radio. So right now you can actually pause live radio. So what's really neat about that is, actually, I'm glad you touched on that. If you were driving and you came to a stop, you can pause live radio, go into the get us, go get a Slurp or something, come back, and just resume the radio from where you were.
Sweet.
That's pretty neat.
Skip commercials and stuff too. That's sweet.
Very, very neat.
And then, what is this?
Yeah, so that's your tow haul mode.
Okay.
So it's used for when you're towing, right? It actually will hold your RPMs when you're either when you're going up a hill.
Okay.
So it's not constantly shifting. Just to get you that power when you need it.
Yeah. And then AC seats are pretty sweet.
Yeah, you got heated and cool seats. It's one of the nice things about owning a high-end truck. I'm pretty sure you'd be interested in this one, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The only thing is, like, I mean, the color's a little bit off for me. I mean, I think black, maybe the blue.
You know, we do have a lot of selection out there.
Okay.
So why don't we go ahead and take a look and go for a drive?
Yeah, man, we got to take this out. I mean, all I hear about is ride quality, so
Yeah, it's sweet.
let's put it to the test.
All right, let's go.
Okay.